Okay. So, yesterday we successfully was able to complete week 4. Okay. And then now, like I mentioned earlier, nothing saved yesterday. So I figured, well, we didn't get very far with week 5. So let's go ahead and dive right into week 5. Okay. So here we have delivered to the corner bookstore. All right. So how do we journalize this?
We did this part, right?
Yeah, but on my side, it didn't save, so we'll just redo it again.
Okay, I have it on my screen. Take from the account receivable all the way down.
Okay. Like I said, we didn't get very far with week 5, so I figured we could just do it all over again. All right, there you go. Today is the 29th. Okay. Sales for regular coffee.
6909
Okay.
and 7980. So you have it on your screen, okay?
Oh, it's okay. You can go ahead and read it. It's not a problem.
That should be 3992.
39.92.
30. Okay.
Right, I should equal sum this, and it should give me 218.81, which is exactly how much the corner bookstore owes me. Right, we gotta change it to say the corner bookstore invoice number 109, and in this case we gave them different terms. Right, we gave them 1%, 15, net 30. Okay. So let's go ahead and pop those into our ledger. Starting with accounts receivable. Invoice number 109. General journal. Is this 19?
Yeah.
Yes, 19. We have a debit for 218.81, which yesterday we calculated to be a total of 277.923. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go to sales for regular coffee. How many pounds did we sell of the regular coffee? We sold 21 pounds. For a total of 69.09. Which should have given us 1181.11. Then we did the sales for the Supreme Coffee. Invoice number 109. We sold 20 pounds. General Journal 19. For a total of 79.80. Right? Which then brought us a total balance of 1236.90. And I believe we did sell coffee mugs. How many did we sell?
Should be 8.
Just 8?
Yeah.
8. All right, General Journal 19. For a total of 3992, which should give us a running balance of 1583.22. Last thing that we had here was the delivery income. Which then brought our running balance to be 270. Okay. We place this amount in our subledger, right? Since we're already here on this page, I'm going to go ahead and give Albert his 10% commissions. Right? On the 29th is when we delivered 109. Right? We already calculated that 10% of 218.81 is going to give us $21.88. Okay? So therefore, our total that we owe him is going to be $218.46, which he's progressively earning more and more and more. Then next, since we dealt with a customer, right, we dealt with the corner bookstore. Let's see where that is. Here it is. The corner bookstore. Okay. $6.29. In this case, we didn't really do anything with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and skip my little note here. But this is invoice 109 for the corner bookstore. And this happened on General Journal 19. His terms is 1% 15, net 30. So therefore, bring this up a bit. The discount due date is going to be the 14th of July. And the actual due date is going to be the 29th of July. Okay. So then the total amount that the Quarter Bookstore owes me or owes us is going to be $218.81. Right? And we didn't make a payment or they didn't pay me. Right? We didn't give any discounts yet. So in this case, they owe me another additional $218.81, racking up a total of $412.81. Or sorry, 91 cents. Okay. Then we went to the inventory um, worksheet. And I believe this is where we left off. We did the calculations, but we left off journalizing the calculations and plugging it into our ledger. So in this case, let's plug our numbers back in here. So here for regular coffee, we sold 21 pounds, okay? In this case, right, my average cost per item right now, I have 55 and a half pounds, right, costing a total of $91.49, which gives me an average cost per item to be $1,64847, okay, which that's what each item cost me. So therefore, I'm going to sell 21 items at $1,64847 to give me a grand total cost of goods sold to be $34.62. Okay. So this is where we need to update our inventory. Okay. Because we no longer have 55 and a half pounds, right? We end up selling 21 more pounds. So in this case, we're going to subtract out the 21 from the 55 to give us a grand total of 34 and a half pounds. Okay. And here, right, we had 91 and 49 cents worth, and then we sold 34.62. So therefore, we only have 56.87 left remaining in my inventory. And because we have a new total and a new quantity, I'm going to recalculate my average cost per item. And in this time, it has decreased, okay? It went from 1.64847 to 1.64841. Okay, so that thousandth of a penny is definitely going to make a huge difference. Then we came here to figure out our numbers here. All right, because here we sold 20 pounds. Okay, now let's see at what cost per item. Okay, in this case, we're using FIFO. Okay, meaning the first batches will go first. In this case, I only have one batch and one batch only. I only have 99.5 pounds left remaining at $1.89, which gives us a grand total of $188.05. Okay. This is where we had the split penny. Okay. I didn't make any adjustments here just because I don't want to have to keep recalculating the total cost. But just I made a note on the side here on the right side that it should be 88.05. Okay. So since we know that there's only one batch of inventory, I'm going to go ahead and take it at $1.89. And then, so therefore, let's see, let's calculate how much it's going to cost me to sell 20 of those items. So here I do my equal round formula. Even though it's a rounded number, oops. We're going to multiply the 20 pounds by the $1.89. And we get a total of $37.80. Okay. Okay. And then, so now we need to update our inventory because we no longer have 99.5 pounds, right? So 99.5 minus 20 gives me a total of 79.5, which recalculates to me to be 150.25. Now we know we started out with 188.05. So 188.05 subtract 37.80, we'll get a total of 150.25. Okay. And then this is where we last left off, right? This is where we were about to journalize it. And then we were about to journalize it and then put it in our ledger. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we have a total of $37.80 worth of Supreme coffee that we sold. And then we have $34.62 worth of regular coffee that we sold. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers in here, right? 34.62 and 37.80. And make sure you make your changes here because it's sold to the corner book store. Invoice number 109. All right. So 34.62, and I believe it was 37.80 was our totals there. So now, right, now that we have our numbers here, we're going to go ahead and plug it into our ledger. Okay. So we can update our inventory on both sides, right? One in the journal, which we just did right here, and one in the actual accounts itself, which is the ledger. Okay. So we're going to go to cost of goods sold. We sold 21 pounds. For a total of $34.62. So that means in grand total so far, we've sold slash used a total of 1162.88. And here we sold 20 pounds of coffee for $37.80, which gives us a grand total of the $1233.25. So now we must subtract out and update our actual inventory in our ledger. So now we're going to go to assets. We're going to find our regular coffee account, which is this one right here. Okay. So when I come here, right now I have a total of $91.49. But in this case, right, we sold 21 pounds. So therefore, we're going to credit my account for $34.62, which, remember, debits add, credits subtract, which gives me a total amount of $56.87, which is exactly what we calculated in our inventory worksheet, right? And we know that this is what the total of, I forgot how many pounds we have. The total of 34.5 pounds is equal to. Okay. All right, last account we need to update is going to be my Supreme Coffee. Okay. Because here it says my account balance right now is $188.05. Okay. And we sold 20 pounds. Okay. General Journal 19. And we sold a total of $37.80 worth of Supreme Coffee, which then should, right, if you take 188.05 minus 37.80, you should get a total of 150.25. Okay, so here, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Oh yes, now I can.
That doesn't match with the inventory for Supreme Coffee, does it?
Yes, it does.
Can you check because it didn't match with mine? That's why I was waiting for you.
Okay, so Supreme Coffee. Yep, I got 150.25.
Okay, so that's the extra. Got it. Okay, thank you.
This is where we had that split penny problem.
Yeah.
So this is where we had to choose between, you can't round both because that's where you're going to create an invisible penny. So in this case, here you have to choose, right? Because you have a split penny. You need to either round your cost of goods sold or round your inventory. Now, due to conservatism, you're always going to round your cost of goods sold because you would never want to overstate your assets, which is your inventory. Your cost of goods sold is your expense. So in this case, you want to make sure you distribute that amount into your cost of goods sold. But if you do that, you have to remember it's half a penny. So if you're going to round up for the cost of goods sold, you can't round up for your inventory because that's where you're going to have that extra penny come out of nowhere.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And that's exactly why we have different worksheets to make sure that we match and continuously check that we are doing our calculations correct, but also that certain worksheets match each other. So then that double confirms that we did our calculations correct. So in this case, it says that wherever you had that split penny, make sure you recognize that, right? Okay. Okay, so, right. We finished our journal, we finished our ledger, we updated our subsidiary ledger, okay? And I believe this transaction is good to go. We did our inventory worksheet, we matched, so that I believe this is where we can go ahead and go. Move on, right? So then, what does it say here? What happened on the 29th?
We paid all things ceramic for invoice 126.
Okay. We made a payment to All Things Ceramics. Where can we find this bill for All Things Ceramics number 126?
In a subledger.
In your subsidiary ledger, right? Because that's the list of all of your vendors. Oops, yep, all of your vendors. I believe All Things Ceramics should be the very top of the page. Okay, so here we've been quite busy with All Things Ceramics, making lots of purchases. All right, so let's go ahead and find that invoice number 126. Okay. If you want to highlight it so you know that you made a payment to it, you can do that. You can do whatever you'd like. It's your worksheet. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to I'm going to highlight this. And I'm going to make it this nice blue color, right? Just to know that this right here, I'm going to make a payment to it. All right, I'm going to make sure I keep my eye on this one. So invoice number 126. Okay, let's see how much I owe on that. I owe 196 even. Okay. Now let's check the discount due date. Did I make the discount due date?
No.
No, unfortunately I missed it, right? I was supposed to pay on the 20th. It's already the 29th. However, I definitely made it by paying the bill off in time, so I'm not going to get charged anything extra. So in this case, I owe a grand total of $196. Okay. So, how am I going to pay All Things Ceramics?
I'll try this one. Let's see here. I know we're definitely going to credit checking.
Yes, good.
When we got the invoice, we put it into accounts payable with a credit. So now we're going to debit accounts payable.
Good, because now we're decreasing our liabilities because we no longer owe All Things Ceramics for that invoice anymore, right? We're paying it off right now. So good.
And since we prepaid $100, we're going to credit prepaid accounts.
Okay. So in this case, right, since we did make a prepayment, right,
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we've already recognized it. Where's my subsidiary letter? We already recognized it when we received the bill, right? The original bill was due for $296. We've already applied our prepayment for $100. So in in total, we actually really only owe $196.
Okay, so we don't need to take anything out of prepaid accounts.
No. In this case, we already took it out when we received our bill. We already applied it to the invoice. So if you want to make sure of that, go ahead and go to your general ledger. Okay. Let's see, assets. Prepaid is at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Oops, a little too far up. So prepaid accounts, let's take a look. So let's see. So here,
Oh, right.
yes, we made the down payment. Down payment applied to invoice number 126. So
Okay.
we already took it out of my prepaid accounts.
Okay.
So in this case, I am just paying off what my bill states, which is $196.
And then we're going to credit checking for 196.
Checking for 196.
And then we need to go get a check number.
Absolutely correct, right? Best form. I didn't mention how did we pay, but the best form of keeping a good paper trail or a track record of you making a payment is by using a check. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and the date. Okay, how much?
196.
196, and let's go ahead and see 1531, and we're going to make a payment to All Things Ceramics. Boom.
And then we can go post it to our general ledger.
And we can go post it to our general ledger. Good. Oh, actually, hold on. We have to make our note here. So 1531. Okay. Check number 1531. So now let's go to our ledger. So which one do you want to do? Accounts payable first?
Yes.
Okay, here we are, accounts payable. $629.
Invoice 126. Payment check number 1531.
Okay. General Journal 19 for, oh, we're not increasing our liability, excuse me. We are decreasing it by 196. So what should be my balance?
So, $3,500.21.
Good. 35.21.
Next, we can go to checking.
For the 29. Okay.
Check 1331. In the journal 19. We're going to credit the 196.
196.
I got a balance of 6623.54.
66.23.54 is what I got to.
And now we can go to the subledger.
Great.
And all things ceramic under vendors. I guess we can put check 1531
Mm-hmm.
or payment check 1531. The invoice is 126. General Journal 19. And then we just scroll over to payment of 196.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a grand total that we owe them still of 1273.96.
Good. Excellent.
I believe that's it.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right. So let's see what happened here. So what happened here? We just paid our vendor. Now what happened here? We received inventory, right? We received from Atlas Coffee our coffees. Okay, so I'm going to copy this transaction right here because we've received coffee before. Okay. I think that should be just enough. Perfect. It was exactly enough. and it's $6.29. So how many pounds of the regular coffee did we buy?
125.
Okay, at what total price?
177.50.
$177.50. How about my Supreme coffee?
207.50.
Okay, bringing me a grand total
385.
$385. Okay. Okay. And in this case, what we can do is we can go ahead and check off our purchase order so we don't forget about that, right? Verify that we actually received the coffee. So purchase orders. Okay, let's see. Which one did we receive? Well, there was only one that we made a purchase order for, which was the 250 pounds of coffee for a total of $385, which was invoice number 401. Do you guys want to do the freight together with this transaction? Or you want to do it separately? Okay. So in this case, we also received a bill from Freightline for delivering the coffee to us in the total amount of $62.50. So how much is going to go to my regular coffee and how much is going to go to my Supreme coffee?
31.25 each.
Good. And in this case, what do I need to make a note of?
Check numbers. You need to go get a check.
Yes. Yes. We need to figure out what check number we wrote. So in this case, we're going to check register. Okay. 629, and we paid $62.50 to Freightline. So we have our check number 1532. Invoice number 702. Okay. So now that we completed our journal, what's next?
Ledger.
Okay, we need to update our ledger accounts. Okay. Starting with regular coffee. Or in this case, we're on our checking account. If you want to do checking first, we can do checking. Okay. Since we're already here, I'm just going to go ahead and write my check out here. check number 1532, General Journal 19, which was for $62.50. Okay. What's my total ending balance?
656104.
Good. Good. We can go now down to our regular coffees. Okay. So we have to do 2 entries here. One for the purchase of the coffee, and then also one for the freight cost. So let's see. Purchase 125 and freight cost. Okay. Now in this case, I think there's often questions of how come we don't just combine them. You technically can. It's not a problem, but in this case, because the way I journalized it, it would make sense if you guys did separate it, because again, one of them is for purchasing 125 pounds while the other one is the freight. And even if you put it into your inventory worksheet, we separate it as well, right? Just like our purchase expense and our freight expense, we keep them all separate. So that's the same idea here. Okay? We're just going to keep them separate because it's just going to make it more accurate. Okay? But if you guys did notice that every time you have a purchase of the coffee, you're going to automatically have the freight cost. You technically can just put it into one. That's fine. It's just much, easier way to track it, saying, well, at least the freight cost was $631.25, and the actual coffee itself was X amount. Right? So in this case, my total for my purchasing my coffee was $177.50.
177, yeah, 50.
Right? And that's gonna bring me a total cost, or my total in my inventory, $234.37. We're gonna also add my $31.25, okay, of my freight, to give me a grand total in my inventory to reflect $265.62. $265.62. We'll go ahead and do that to the same thing to our Supreme Coffee. We're going to recognize both items here. Okay. One for purchasing 125 pounds and freight costs. Okay. But in this case, right, let's see, we purchased a total of $207.50 worth of Supreme Coffee with an additional of $31.25. Okay. So for just adding the total purchases, your account balance should be $357.75. Okay. With the addition of the $31.25, you should have a grand total of $389 even. Okay. Last thing that we have to recognize here is our accounts payable because we owe Atlas Coffee some money. Okay. So here we go. 29. We received invoice number 401. General Journal 19 for an additional $385. Okay. Which will bring my account balance up to, what's my account balance in my accounts payable account?
3,885.21.
Good. 3885.21. So that's our accounts payable account. So now that we post it to the journal, post it to the ledger, we need to update our vendors because we owe some people some money, right? So here we are, Atlas Coffee. It is $6.29. We purchased 125 pounds of the regular coffee and 125 pounds of the Supreme coffee. Okay. This was invoice 401, General Journal 19. Okay. No terms, actually, yes, terms were given. What were they? 1%, 15 at 30. So in this case, when is my actual discount due date?
July 14.
July 14. And of course, oops, I already just erased that well. And it's going to be due on the 29th of July. Okay. And the bill amount was $385, which no payments were made, no discounts were taken, nothing happened. So in this case, for this invoice, I owe an additional $385 for a grand total of $2,611.25. We have one more vendor that we dealt with, right? A freight line. So make sure that we cut the check to them. Here we go. Freight line is this one. Right? We wrote check number 1532. Okay. In this case, it was set invoice number 702.
$401.
That was for the coffee.
Yep, 702.
General Journal 19. It was COD, so that's why we know we need to make a payment for $62.50, which we did for $62.50, and our account balance is 0. last thing that we have left to do is to update our inventory worksheet. Okay. So let's start with the very, very first one, right? We're going to be filling out the middle section because that's our total purchases, right? Date here is 29th of June, right? We purchased a total of 125 pounds, okay? At, is it $1.42? Okay. At $1.42 a pound. So therefore, our total purchase price is $177.50 plus $31.25 gives me a grand total of $208.75. Okay. Now in this case, right, we have new batch of inventory, and because we're using moving average, we don't care about what batch came first or what batch came last. We care about just the grand total amount. So here we're going to add to our inventory, right? Right now we have 34.5 pounds. Well, now we don't. We add another 125, so now we should have a total of 159.5 available. Okay. Same thing here. We're going to up our total cost here. We started out with $56.87, and then we're going to add a $208.75 to it to bring it up to $265.62. Which, because now we have new costs and a new quantity, we need to recalculate our average cost per item. Which in this case, we're going to take my $265.62. And we're going to divide that whole thing by the 159.5 to get a total of 166.5533. Okay. All right, so our number that we need to look to is our general ledger, okay, to make sure that that calculation is correct. And in this case, let's see. Wrong account. So we're going to go to our assets. Okay. And our account should say that we have $265.62, which that is correct. Okay. So now let's go ahead and add our Supreme Coffee here. $6.29. Okay. We purchase a total of, okay, we're going to skip the cost of goods sold section, go into the middle. We purchase a total of 125 pounds. Okay, let's see what my cost per item is, which cost me a total of $1.66 per pound. Okay, which should give me a total purchase price of $207.50. Right, we know that by calculating right there on our bill. Okay. And in this case, right, we are going to add my freight of $31.25, which should get you a grand total of $238.75. Okay. And in this case, we actually care about what batch came first and what batch came last. So in this case, right, I need to solve for my cost per item. So we're going to take our 238.75 and we're going to divide it across 125 items. So in this case, it should equal to $1.91 even. Okay. So now we're going to go back up to our inventory on hand because now, as you can see, because I cell reference everything, 2, 4, 6. I have a new batch of inventory, so I'm going to place it right under here that I purchased an additional 125 pounds, okay, at a, and I'm going to cell reference this, at a total of $1.91, okay. And that's going to give me a grand total, okay, of $238.75, which should give me a total of $398 even. Okay. So you have a whole total of $204 and at 204.5 pounds at a total of $389. Any questions here?
No, that was that helped me a lot. I need to go back over it so I can make sure that I put the numbers in the right place and I multiply and add where I need to.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So of course, like my ledger does say that I have $389 dollars worth of inventory. So right there, we are completely done with this transaction. Okay. So let's see what happened next. Looks like we went and bought some more coffee cups. Okay. All right, we bought some more coffee cups. Right, starting on a new journal page. What do we do with the coffee cups? Yeah, it's gonna take forever to find it. So what do we do with?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So in this case, new general journal. So how are we going to journalize our coffee cups?
Medium coffee cups, large coffee cups, and Visa payable.
Good. Account numbers 11
760.
760 11 765.
65.
Okay. And of course, Visa payable is 22 1 2 3. Oops, I think I made a typo up there. I need accounts payable. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what is going to be my total cost here? So in this case, I have a split payment, or I guess, how much tax am I going to be putting into my medium coffee cups?
So what I did is I multiplied the $100 for the medium coffee cups for 0.825.
Mm-hmm. So that should give you 108.25.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then the total of the bill is 270.63 minus the 108.25.
Good. So you should get 162.58.
30, no 38.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 38. Excuse me. And
I
then
just want to make sure that I got the correct number.
yes, yes, yes. So in this case, total amount is 270.63. Okay. In this case, we purchased from restaurant supplies. Restaurant supplies. 4,000 cups. Okay. So let's go ahead and post this to our ledger. Starting off with our medium and large coffee cups. So, medium coffee cups, 629. Okay. General Journal 19. Oh, I see. There you go. And we would have had to scroll all the way up to the 11th page, 11, for 108.25. So therefore, what should be my grand total of coffee cups, of my medium coffee cups?
378.87.
378.87. Good. Here, we also bought 2,000 large cups. Okay. General Journal 20. Oh, wait, hold on. We're on the 20th. General Journal 20. And once again for 162.38 to get you a grand total of large coffee cups to be
568.33.
568.33. Good. Okay, let's see. Last account that we have here is going to be our Visa payable. So, liabilities. Okay. Scroll down to Visa payable. Okay, I see we have it here. $629, right? We purchased 4,000 coffee cups. Okay. On General Journal 20. And it was for the 270.63, bringing my running balance to be
1885.89.
1885.89. So now that we have that, we need to go to our subsidiary ledger because we dealt with that was restaurant supplies, right? So let's go to your vendors, to restaurant supplies. There we go, restaurant supplies, right? We purchased 2,000 medium cups and 2,000 large cups and paid with their Visa payable or Visa credit card. Okay. No sales receipt number, but at least we know because this transaction happened on the 19th. On the 20th. General Journal 20, which happened on the 29th. Okay. And it was for the 270.63, which we paid using our Visa credit card. So therefore, we do not owe anything to restaurant supplies, except for the $649.49 for the cash register. Okay. Okay. And that is it for that transaction. All right, for the next 3 transactions, as you can see, we finally have our people paying us for their invoices. So we got payment for invoice number 104, invoice number 106, and 103 and 107. So in this case, right? Let's break it down one at a time. Okay. Let's take a look at Great Restaurant. They paid for their invoice number 104 and they gave us a check number 4512. Okay, so we received a payment from Great Restaurant.
Well, first we need to go to our sub ledger to see how much they actually owe us, no?
Good, excellent. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what that is. Okay. So it is a customer that we're dealing with, right? Not the corner bookstore, not Super A Market, not Katie, but Great Restaurant for invoice number 104. So let's go ahead and take this one, and I'm going to use a different one. I'm going to use yellow. So actually, let's use this nice orange color. Oop, change the font. I want to use a highlighter. There you go. So here we see that invoice 104, okay? All right. They paid, let's see, what was the discount due date?
July 2nd, which means they didn't make their discount date.
Yes, they barely made the cutoff point, right? So here, they paid on the 29, okay? They owe us a total of $556.05 with a total amount that they owe us. Okay? So they get to receive 1% because they made the discount due date. Right? So how am I going to journalize this? Actually, let's figure out what the actual discount due amount is. So in this case, it's going to be 1%. Okay? Total of 1%.
That'll be $5.56.
Okay, now if you remember when we pull up a sale, right? What does 556 and 5 cents include?
Probably the delivery charge.
The delivery charge, which we already all know, we charge a flat rate of $30. So in this case, right, can we take a discount off of delivery charges?
No.
No. So it's only on the sale price.
Got it.
Okay, so let's figure out what that sales discount is. Okay.
$5.26.
Okay. $5.26. So 5.26. Good. Now, if they receive $5.26 off of their actual amount that they paid us, how much is the check going to be for them?
You got $5.50.79.
$5.50.79. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers in here. So journal. Okay, 6/29. So what should my journal look like?
Well, we're definitely going to debit checking.
Yes, we are definitely debiting checking because we received money.
amount would be the $550.79. Oh, and then are we also gonna debit sales discount?
Correct, because we offered a discount and they took advantage of it, and it's a customer, right? Not a purchase discount, a sales discount. So in this case, sales discount.
For the $5.26.
What account number is that?
Uh, let's see. I think it's 46,000. Yes.
Perfect. 46,000. Okay. And last but not least, what should be my last account here?
We're gonna credit accounts receivable.
Yes, because now this person is paying off what they owe us, which is an accounts receivable. So therefore, accounts receivable is going to be credited because they no longer owe us anymore. And this should equal up to the 55605. Right? Because this is what they owe me, right? But because they took advantage of that discount, I'm subject to take that portion of the discount out, and they are subject to send me a check that's less. Okay? All right. Good. Right? Let's go ahead and add our information in here. Who did we? Okay, so I'm going to say received payment from who? Check number 4512. And I'm even going to go ahead and add here 1% discount so they know exactly why you discounted them, because it was for 1% discount. Okay. What should we do next?
We can post to our ledger.
Okay. Checking first.
I think I just put received payment invoice 104.
I'm gonna also put the check number so you know what that check number was. We're on General Journal 20 here, and we received a total of $550.79. Okay. So then what is going to be my account balance?
It's going to be $111.83.
7, good.
Next is sales discount.
Okay, sorry. Excuse me for 1 second here. Then we go to sales discount. Okay, so revenues.
So we've only been doing it for grand opening, but would we put the, like restaurant, whatever, and then invoice 104 or?
Invoice 104, and then I'm going to be more specific that it was a 1% discount.
Oops. Journal 20. We're debiting for $5.26. That gives us a grand total. 1884.85.
Yes. What was that?
1884.85.
Okay, I didn't get 84.
Oh wait, let's see.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait.
I got the same one, 1884.85.
Did I not? Did I not?
Yep, that's what I got too.
45.
Oh, okay. I didn't press enter. So yes, 1884.85. I was like, wait. Okay.
All right, then next we can go to accounts receivable.
Yes, we can. Oops. So again, go back to accounts receivable. There we are.
And then we're gonna credit for 556.05.
Yes, credit 55605.
And then our new total. Just have is $2,223.18.
Good. 220. Yeah, 222318. Good.
And then we can go to our sub ledger and I guess finish the payment.
Yes, we can. Okay. So let's see. It is the 20.
Check 4512. That was the number.
I'm gonna put my bumper tent discount because they received it. Okay, and this was for invoice number 104, journal 20. Okay, so let's go, and then there you go. We finished the rest of the payment. So that means they still owe us for invoice number 108 for $585.87. Awesome.
And then we need to remember to put the check in the deposits.
Yes, good.
$526.05.
What was that?
Our check amount
Was 5.
2605. Oh wait, no.
It'd be 5.
I'm having a brain fart. Hold on, let me look at my
No worries.
my ledger or journal rather. 550.79. My goodness.
We're underpaying ourselves. Okay, so 550.79. Good. We're gonna hold it off until the end of the day, and then we'll end up adding more as we go through the end of the day. Okay. So, right, that was just entering in, receiving a payment from the Great Restaurant, excuse me. So here we also received another check from Katie's Coffee Corner, which she's paying for invoice number 106. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at our subsidiary ledger so we can see how much Katie owes me for invoice number 106. So Katie's here. Invoice number 106. All right here. How much does Katie owe me?
The 265.43.
265.43. Now let's take a look at this. Did she make the discount? Period.
Yes.
Yes, she did. So in this case, right, she's making a payment to us. Okay, so she's going to receive a 1% discount. So in this case, how much is that discount for?
Would be $2.35.
$2.35, right? It's going to be 235.43 times that 1%. Oops, I forgot to finish the rest of my formula. Comma 2.35. So therefore, what is her total check amount that she's going to be sending us?
$263.08.
263.08.
Oops.
263.08. Okay. So this one's easy, right? Because we did our previous one, right? With the same thing, right? It's a checking. Katie received a discount from us, and it's our customer. So in this case, you can just go ahead and copy this right down below. Okay. So checking, which we solved to be 263.08. 263.08. The check was $2.35. The discount was. So therefore, we're going to be taking away 265.43. 265.43. Okay. And let's go ahead and make a note here that, let me see, what was her check number? Check that she gave us was check number 455. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that in. Receive payment from Katie's Katie's Coffee Corner. Okay. Invoice. Oh, I didn't even add the invoice for the other one. Invoice number 106, comma, check number 4455, and then 1% discount. Okay. Okay, now that my journal's complete, let's go ahead and figure out the ledger, or at least update the ledger, excuse me. So in this case, accounts receivable, I'm already here. So it's the 29, right? We received payment, okay? Check number 455, okay? We actually received payment invoice number 106, check number 455. General Journal 20, and we're going to decrease the total amount of the 265.43. Okay. Which then, how much is my ending balance going to be, or my running balance? 1957.75. Good. Okay. Since we're already here on our assets, right? If you just scroll right up a couple, you got your checking account here. So we can go ahead and plug that number in there for 629, right? Same thing here, receive payment invoice number 106, check number 455, General Journal 20. And this time we received a check for $263.08. Okay, which then will bring my account balance up to
73, 74, 91.
$73.74.91. Good. Last but not least, we're going to update our revenues, right? Same thing here, 629. But this is, instead we're going to do invoice number 106, 1% discount. Okay. General Journal 20 for $2.35, which should bring my running balance to be $1887.20. We're going to go back to the subsidiary ledger to finish off the rest of the information. Okay, so 629. Katie paid. So receive payment check number 455. Okay. Invoice number 106. General Journal 20. And you're going to go all the way down here, which we've already done our discount and our payment. So in this case, Katie now owes us nothing. She's paid us completely off. Okay. Right. Last thing that we have to remember is to deposit that check into our deposits so we don't forget. Okay. That we received an additional 200, what was it, 263.80, 263.08. $263.08. And this is where we will stop, okay? And we'll continue the rest after break. Okay. So right now it is exactly 10:17. Go ahead and take your 20-minute break. So please be back no later than 10:38. 10:38.
Okay.